right, let's get to Braylon's breakdown. Can we? I'm looking forward to this. I was really looking forward to this as soon as we started talking about it. Out at Lions camp, it seems like the corners have had the edge, but this is what we always hear about football. Defense is ahead of offense. So before we get to your breakdown, why do you think that is? Is that a cliche or is that legit? And if so, why?
Defense is always ahead of offense in training camp because offense, you really have to put this offense in. Like putting the offense in and working it out, getting the rhythm, and then you're not going against, how do I put this? It's not like you're scrimmaging for that defense. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, it's cool. When you're in training camp, you're just putting in your offense based on your offense, what you want it to be, how you want to do it. Here's first down, here's third down, here's red zone. This is what we want to be. Here's the first game, the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's get ready for that. Meanwhile, the defense, you're not scheming for the Detroit Lions. You're not scheming for the Detroit Lions. So when you play them in practice, your stuff isn't for them. So the defense has the edge. They have more success. They know what you're doing. They keep doing the same thing. Defense is scheming for the offense every day. Offense is scheming for the season. Offense is scheming for the upcoming game, the second preseason game, etc. So a lot of times in that regard, the defense will be ahead. The offense is trying to fine-tune things. Once they go scrimmaging where defense is scrimmaging the offense and offense is actually scheming for the Detroit Lions defense, then you'll start to see the offense win. Because right now, secondary is kicking the wide receivers' butt. That's the word coming out of camp right now. You know, we had a play right here that will show. I'll start on that side of the ball, the Amik Robertson one.
The Amik Robertson one?
Yeah, let's start with the Amik Robertson one. And Amon-Ra St. Brown having some success out there. So this is right here. This is Amik Robinson on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown's trying to run this corner route. He's trying to start, get inside, run the corner route. Amik Robinson not only runs the route for him, he takes it as well. We'll run it back.
That's inside leverage right there.
Inside leverage. Inside leverage. Amon-Ra's trying to break hard on the outside. Usually what happens when the DB turns, when Amon-Ra's going up and the DB turns, when Amon-Ra cuts to the corner, DB gets lost. Or he's supposed to go up top. He played that perfectly. He felt Amon-Ra. He stayed with him. And when he was breaking, he hinged his hip and turned and looked for the ball, and the ball is right there. So it's just a perfect breakdown. There's another one. Look at that. Inside, stayed with it. Didn't go for the move. You saw the little move? Amon tried to hit him with a little move, get a little inside on the post route. He didn't go for it. Amik shows you that he loves that press man, press coverage. This is good for them. This is good to see that.
If that's an opposing wide receiver, you know what he's doing, though. He's throwing his hands up in the air and saying, come on, man, that's illegal contact downfield on the corner. Had his hands on me. That's what he would be saying.
Talk to us again, my boy. Talk to us again, man. Shout out to the Lions too for the footage.
But that definitely I would complain. Well, I didn't complain. A little 6'4".
What?
I didn't 6'4". Like I didn't really. If I complain, it's like I really was egregious.
Okay, then with all due respect, we all think Amon-Ra St. Brown is a top 6 wide receiver. Is that fair? Okay, I don't want to speak for everybody. I think that's fair. Yeah. All right. Kool-Aid thinks he's number 1, but I think he's a top 6 wide receiver. Anything in a Detroit uniform, Kool-Aid says they're number 1. But
you already know me.
But I would ask you, if that's a taller receiver, does Robertson make that play?
He'll still make the play.
He's still got the inside leverage, but
but there's no Calvin Johnson walking around in the NFL today. Like he had good position. He was exactly where he was supposed to be. He was in the hip pocket. He timed it perfect. He turned around. He did every technical thing that you can do on that play as a DB, and he got rewarded for it.
Yeah, like if it's Mike Evans, if it's AJ Brown,
but Mike's 165 wide receiver. AJ Brown maybe because he's a man child.
Okay,
but like. I don't know. Because it's not a high point. It's not a lot of receivers anymore to high point the ball. Old school high point. Randy Moss, go up and get it. Our very own Megatron, he's going to go up and get it. Not a lot of receivers getting the ball like that. A lot of receivers now, they try to use the speed or they try to use, body, putting the body on you, getting you off that way a little bit. So, top 6 for Amon-Ra St. Brown, yeah.
Okay. All right.
One-on-one is the interesting thing.
I find it interesting. If it's a larger receiver, and you're right about the high point stuff. The Chris Carters are not necessarily in the league in that standpoint per se. Yeah. I mean, maybe Malik Neighbors does that. I don't know.
He's a freaky athlete.
But when you have those guys are really good at climbing over more diminutive corners and taking the ball away. it's become a very strong skill set by the bigger wide receivers these days. If you want to say they're not high pointed like some of the names we've mentioned, the one thing they do very well is their ability to time over and pulling it back. So that's why I ask if it's two diminutive players, and I'm not taking a shot at a smaller wide receiver and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm just wondering if that's a bigger guy. I wonder if that's the same result.
I will
all.
say this, though. That part right there, that play right there by Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I know we're supposed to break it down with J-Mo, but that play right there by Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's the type of play that has people question, is he top 5, top 6?
Really? In what sense?
It's because of what you just said. When you think about top 5 wide receivers, when you think about the guys, this is one of the knocks on Amon, the short individual. Does that play happen if it's A.J. Brown, who's in the top 5? Does that happen if that's Jamar Chase, who's in the top 5? Yeah. Does that happen if that's
Justin Jefferson
in the top 5? Does that happen if it's Malik Neighbors, who's not in the top 5, but to your point, the athletic ability? Does that happen if it's Garrett Wilson? I've seen Garrett Wilson do that on multiple occasions. Yeah. And so there is the only part of Amon-Ra's game that people question when you say he's top 5 or he's that. Not me, talking about the masses, is because of that play. Like when you think top 5 wide out, he has to be able to do everything. And Amon-Ra St. Brown in one-on-one press coverage, do you trust him to be able to go up and get the ball? Or do you have to run a route to scheme and get him open? Or let him create some separation?
It's one of the unique positions, if you think about it, where you do have to be able to do everything to be in the top 5. If you're talking about a pass rusher, if you want to be known in the top 5, you got to get home.
100%.
Nobody gives a crap about whether you stop the ball, the running game. Unfortunately, it's true. Okay, the edge rushers, that's what people are looking at. Corners, it's about picks or pass breakups, PBUs, right? Wide receivers, you have to be able to. That's the unknown category. What you're just described there. It's one thing catching the ball. People will look at drops. Amon-Ra St. Brown doesn't drop them. People look at route running. You would know this better than I would, but he seems to be a very, very strong route runner. Is he physical enough? Yes. But can he do that last one thing? It's almost like, well, if you're looking at a baseball player, you want the 5-tool guy, right? If you want the 5-tool guy, does he check all those boxes? How many wide receivers are equivalent to that 5-tool guy where they can do all the things that elite wide receiver is supposed to do?
We had to sit here and figure it out. But I will tell you this. Tyreek Hill, who didn't have his best year last year, some injuries, some other things. Who's taller, Tyreek Hill or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
I think Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I know Tyreek Hill to make that catch because I've seen it. As short as Tyreek Hill is, I've seen him make that catch on the sideline, jumping over people or jumping up to make the play. And this is just one play, so this isn't.
Yeah, it's not an indictment on him.
It's not an indictment at all. I also had him in the top 5. Please don't forget the list that I just did 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
But I know Tyreek Hill is gonna make that play. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm hoping. And Tyreek Hill is 2 inches shorter.
All right. A lot of people are really excited about Jamison Williams, and for good reason. They thought he took a large step last year. We did a show last week on his praise for John Morton and how he seems to be growing different aspects of his game. What do you got with him from training camp?
This is exactly the type of involvement that you want to see, the evolution that you want to see from Jamison Williams. He talked about it this year. He said, I want to be a better route runner. I want to get better at the little things. And we saw that step last year. He went over 1,000 for the first year, 58 catches. He made some big plays, had some big third down conversions. I did pay attention to that last year. But this is what I want to see. A lot of that's still raw ability. He was just taking off running the go routes, or he's running the slant routes, or they got a specific play, that curl route from the slot that he ran a lot last year. Like, that's a play. I want him to be able to see him do everything, create separation, and, man, yesterday, cue it up, Kool-Aid. So right now, go back.
Yeah. I got a slow down version, too, for you.
This is what we're going to do. Just do the first move. Just do the first move and hit pause.
Got my knee hurting.
Let's do the first move. Line of scrimmage. This is all he's trying to do. He's trying to run a fade stop. All right, pause. Oh, we can't pause. All right. So anyway, you want to run a fade stop. You want to sell the route like it's a go route. Like Shep, you want to sell like it's a fade route. It is not your job to go out there and try to fade out there and then stop. It's the quarterback's job. You just want to get nice outside release, stay in phase, keep the DB guessing. He's thinking fade. And then as you start to go up, Then you snap, and then you get out. And that's exactly what he did. He snapped. He created not that much movement. He didn't waste any space. The DB is thinking it's a fade route, which is what you want, and the quarterback can put the ball right on the front pylon. This is execution. Because people think fade stop, and this thing, okay, you run a little bit, and then you stop and jump. It's not the case. Fade stop is an actual route. You want to get the ball to the front pylon, and that's what you saw in this play.
We can pause it now, too.
Okay, back. So, boom. He worked, look. Working the DB, bang, look, gets him off his square. So now he's already created the separation because he sold the DB that he was going to go on the inside. But now, as opposed to just continuing to run outside, he straightens back up. Straightening back up is how you keep the leverage on the 23. Hit play. All right, so you straighten it up. Now he's looking for the fade fast. Boom, boom. He gets out. He sold it. That's what 4-2 can do for you. Right. So when everyone's talking about, we don't need J-Mo, we can get another J-Mo back in April, back in May. No, you can't. You cannot get another guy that runs 4-2 that is starting to understand his body like J-Mo. You see how fast he pick him up and put him down?
Yeah.
The DB is completely lost. Yeah. Now, this is not Patrick Surtain, but guess what? Pat Surtain's going to fall for this too. He is.
Because of the speed.
Because of the speed, because of the suddenness, and because no wasted movement. He is fast. He is sudden. He's not wasting any movement. There's nowhere for the DB to lean on and feel like, I know he's going to do this.
What would you grade that route run right there?
That's an A. That's a crispy A.
Look at the hands.
Like,
Look at
that
the
is
hands.
crispy.
Oh, he let that come into his body though a little bit. There.
I was going to say that.
I don't want to be a jerk about things. He's made it, all right. But those aren't hands right there. He's letting that come into the pads.
Okay, if you're going to say that, then the quarterback's got to put on the pylon, not put it behind him.
Sure.
Because we'll have the same situation as Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Who argued over who dropped and who threw a bad throw.
Who cares? He caught it, right? Who cares? I look at more the route than I do the catch there.
Yeah.
His ability to find that open space, his ability to create room, I think is really special.
What happens in that two-shot, because you're absolutely correct, as a wide receiver, you want to catch the ball with your hands. You want to make sure you use the hands. The hands are your best friend. But sometimes in spaces like that where he's reaching behind, he doesn't know where the DB is, and if he reaches with hands, sometimes DB can just, boom, put that hand in there and knock it down. Boom, knock it down. Yeah. When you do this, he put the shoulder in front of the DB. So, you don't want to catch the body, but he blocked him with the shoulder. So now he caught it and blocked it.
That's on purpose.
100%.
I love that break. First of all, it's excellent.
Yeah,
that's
an excellent route. He made it easy. I didn't have to do much.
Kudos to Kool-Aid for getting it. Kudos to you for the breakdown.
Kool-Aid.
It's absolutely fantastic. Those are the little nuances I love about football that I don't think any three of us would have caught without you bringing it up. The shoulder, the ability, like first of all, straightening up to get the cornerback, thinking he's doing a fly route.
I definitely didn't notice that he looked up for the fade.
Second of all, his shoulder separation or his ability to put his shoulder between himself and the D-back that allowed him to make the catch near the pylon the way he made the catch.
I was watching the national championship in 2023, whatever the game was that he got hurt in. We drafted him in 23, so it would have been 22. Anyway, watching him in that Georgia game, amazing balance. And I thought he had strong ACLs. Apparently he didn't, but I think we got that fixed since then. Just amazing what he can do in terms of be able to do. This isn't average work that people can do. This isn't something, it might be 50. There's not that many guys in the league that can do that in terms of the wiggle room, in terms of the ACLs, in terms of the balance and power, the shiftiness that low. Now, I don't care how good you are at DB. I don't care how good you are. You know how tough it's going to be to cover Jameson Williams if he can run routes like that, if he can manipulate space like that, if he can give himself two-way goals like that. Because now you're so ready for him to go deep. You're so ready for it to be a go route. And I just got to take up and open up because I know I got to run with him. He can put his foot in the ground at 9 yards, at 7 yards, at 15 yards, and stop. Once he stops, you're not stopping for at least 3 yards.
Going to be right. I mean,
pay him?
Do you extend him? Do you pay him? That's the big question, and people in Detroit want that answer. I'm not saying we can give it to him now, nor could Brad Holmes. I think it'd be foolish to do it. But when they're trying to balance out who you're going to sign next, now that you've got certain guys locked up, Brian Branch, who you'll break down as well, because Brian Branch has been great, because you talked about how the corners have had their way, and then we just saw wide receiver have his way. So you're going to bring up Branch, but people are wondering what the prioritization is for this organization. Not that you know particularly, but when you see plays like that and you see a young man grow the way he has, and we have to remind people just how young he truly is and how he's going to get better, you can't help but wonder if you're a Lions fan, well, would you sign him long term?
Yes, because this wide receiver room I don't trust without him. I don't feel the same way about the wide receiver room as a whole without Jameson Williams. With Jameson Williams, oh my God, I love the wide receiver room. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's all pro. You got J-Mo running. He's going to be able to do this. You got a couple of young kids that I like as well, but you got Tesla on. Maybe what's he going to be? He can learn under Tim Patrick. Take J-Mo and the 4.2 and all the ability what this potentially could be. Like, who's my number 2? Is it Tim Patrick? Is it Tesla, who you're trying to tell me is going to be the guy? Maybe is it Loving, the young kid out of Georgia who was doing pretty good returns and punts and catch. So that it's different. J-Mo adds an element that only 3 teams maybe have, and that speed. But actually now he's developed some skill with that speed, some route running ability, some trust with that. Like that looks freaky. You take him out of there, it's like, is Sam Laporta going to give me the same numbers? Is Sam Laporta going to give me the same mismatch opportunities?
Yeah, and we got some feedback from the chat too. Dante151 in the chat says, at Woodward Sports, this needs to be a weekly Tuesday segment with Braylon Edwards. Like seriously, it was a great breakdown. We'll get it full speed, and we'll get it slowed down as well because it's epic. And Shep, you're cooking up some good questions, man.
I get a microphone so I can stand up and do it.
I'm not kidding. It is excellent. I mean, that's what this show can bring that no other show, whether it be on this network or any other radio or television network, can bring.
Talk about it.
The ability to break that down, and with that video, now I would tell you, if you're somebody out there looking to get your company name out there, jump on board with that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it's about.
So
right
you're
there.
saying Stephen A. Smith couldn't break down LeBron James game the way Braylon just. Hey, I'm just asking. I'm just an average sports guy. I don't know. Stephen A. Smith didn't play in the league.
Let me get let me get a receptacle so I can throw up in it real quick. Somebody else in the chat said, "Hey, listen, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm throwing it to him every single time. He's a first down machine." It's a good point. He moves the chains. Only Jamar Chase had more first down catches last year. I think sometimes, all the time, if you're not saying something all the time positive about one of your better players, people think you don't like him, and that couldn't be further from the truth.